This is day 3 of my Tac-Bar 72-hour emergency food ration bar challenge. For 72 hours, all I'm going to be doing is eating these emergency food ration bars. Day 1 went really smoothly. Day 2 was going pretty well until the very end, and now we're on to day 3. And right now the time is around 5 o'clock p.m. And the reason, and I haven't had any bars today, and that's because I've been a little bit sick. Actually, I haven't been feeling well. I've been just drinking a lot of water and tea, and I just did not want to eat anything. I kind of felt my body just saying, don't eat or you're going to throw up. And I'm not sure what that is. I don't think it's specifically with the bars. I think it's just been maybe lack of caffeine, just a lack of variation in the diet. Just eating anything repetitive over multiple days, I'm finding it doesn't go well with my body. And I felt that if I was going to eat any other additional bars in the morning especially, that I was just going to throw it up. And I think it might have to do a little bit with the 2,500 calories of the Tac-Bar. I think that might be a little bit too much for my body to eat. That might be another good reason if the Tac-Bars came in smaller sizes so I could ration them out myself instead of try to force myself to do a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For example, if the first day was 2,500 calories, and then maybe I could drop it down to 1,800 calories and down to maybe 1,200 calories for day 3 and just kind of control it versus how it's currently packaged with, having 3 meals per day. But I'm not exactly sure. So all I've been doing today is just flushing myself out, basically. I went to work late and left early, came home, and I'm going to try to plunk my way through it. So my strategy now is to try to scarf down a bar if I can, and do that at 5 o'clock, and then have a very late dinner, basically use the full 72 hours. Normally I do breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Right now I'm going to do late breakfast, a very, very late lunch, or actually it's going to be basically a late lunch, a very, very late dinner, and then I'm going to try to get that last bar in right when that 72 hours are up, so in the morning. So I'm kind of shifting everything just since I got a little sick this morning. So let's try to scarf down the first bar of day 3. All right, here's bar 1, day 3. So I weighed myself again this morning. I dropped an additional, a little less than 2 pounds, so around 6 to 7 pounds that I've lost since doing the challenge. As you see, they're very, very large bars. They're better than the other ones that I've tested, all the other emergency food ration bars with regard to taste and texture. But they are large. There's a lot of calories. There's 800 calories in this. And for me, it's been kind of a large meal each time to do. But I'm going to try to make my way through it. I may need Kid Prepper to help at some point this evening, or I don't know. So I don't want to do this. I'm only doing this for YouTube testing purposes. Yeah. Okay. It's not that the bar itself is bad. It's just the repetitive eating something, the same thing for multiple days gets repetitive. So unless it was, I don't know. Unless it was like tacos or something. Maybe I could eat tacos for 3 days straight, because there's a bigger flavor profile. Again, the bars they're a little doughy, which is nice. The other ones are more like cement. It's doughy. You can taste the oats, you can taste honey. The ingredients themselves are good. It's just the repetitive eating. So if I can get this one down, we'll spend the day, we'll relax a little bit. I'm going to try to eat the other one around midnight or so, and then try to eat the last one right when the 72 hours are up. Basically, my thoughts are to include these Tac-Bars in something like a bug out bag. I'd probably only include one package in there. I think doing one day on the Tac-Bar is good. It's when you're doing those multiple days without variation is when things start to go south, at least for me in my testing. Has a lemony taste to it. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I've been having a raging headache all day long. Stomach's just been kind of uneasy. It's telling me don't eat. a little sweaty. I haven't really been hungry. It's not a hunger. It's just my body's telling me something on this. Sorry for the lack of commentary. All right, after this, we're going to watch the kids play on the slip and slide. And then we'll make it into this evening. Scarf one down before bed, scarf another one down in the morning. Go, go, go!
Hey, you two! You two! Look at me!
Awesome!
What? This makes a good sound.
All right, it's midnight. Day 3, bar 2. I need this to be over. Sorry, I don't have any commentary right now. I'm just trying to do it. All right, last bite. Meal 2, day 3. I'm gonna go to bed. I'll weigh myself in the morning, and we'll scarf that one down right at the 72-hour mark. It's the repetitive texture and taste. Just kind of sucks. All right, it's the following morning. Just dropped off Kid Prepper at his soccer practice. Time to scarf down the final bar. And I tell you, I am just ready for this to be done with. It's a little piece of it done. So here's the final bar of the Tac-Bar 72-hour challenge. I made sure to bring some water because I'm just going to try to wash this one down, flush it down the pipes, and not really try to taste it. Yeah, at the end of day 2, beginning of day 3, once you get like that sick feeling in your stomach, I don't think it's the bar itself, it's just the repetitive eating, and then the psychological, what it does to you psychologically is what gets me. So with all the bars, just eating the same thing over and over again, I find that my stomach doesn't like it after maybe a day and a half. So even though these are probably the best bars by far that I've tested, I still would want variety in whatever I'm eating. So if this was in a bug out bag or an emergency kit, I could handle it for one day, but the next day I want to do something else, anything, the Mountain House, crackers, just so I can control, the intake. Calorie-wise, I don't have any problem with lack of energy. 2,500 calories is more than I normally do. So 2,500 calories is definitely nice. I just wish I could control it a little bit more. If I had individually wrapped 800 calorie rations, then I'd be able to do it as I'm hungry. Because right now I think 2,500 calories is, based off of the diet that I'm currently accustomed to, is a little bit more than I'm used to. I'm just going to flush it down, guys. Again, my energy level and just the amount of hunger that I have is really good with the Tac-Bars. It's just once you get that sick feeling in your stomach, it's hard to eat anything. This or anything else. But I definitely like that you get a lot more energy and you feel full after you eat them. I just want this to be done with, though. By the way, leave your comments below on future 72-hour challenges that you'd like to see me do. I'm hoping to do a non-bar maybe next time. Just for a change of pace. I don't know. Something. We do a 72-hour banana challenge. Or Snickers challenge. Or Cliff Bar. Alright, final bar. Day 3, right at the 72-hour mark. Again, had to stretch it a little bit just to get it down. Again, I'm not going for taste on this, I'm just flushing it down with water. Now, normally I like to do a big celebratory meal afterwards, but I'm going to need like a day to reacclimate to normal food. So after the day, when I'm refreshed, I've reacclimated, I'll do my final thoughts on the Tac-Bar food rations. Tastes great. So it's been a few days since that last footage was actually filmed. As you saw, it was quite tough. It was mainly due to the dietary and especially the caffeine crash that I went through starting at the end of day 2, carried all the way to day 3. And so normally at this portion of the video, I would do a celebratory meal. But in this particular case, I didn't do a celebratory meal. It was more of a recovery period, and I needed to reacclimate myself to eating normal food. So my body and intestines had to go through that reacclimation period, if you know what I mean. So what I like to do now, normally I wrap up the video at the end of day 3. I like to film one final video with a wrap up of the Tac-Bar with regard to review, additional thoughts regarding it. We'll also go through that cost and calorie breakdown for all of the emergency food ration bars that I've tried. But you know, in the end, in summary, the Tac-Bar, taste-wise, texture-wise, it's above all of the other ones. The main problem that I had with this challenge was the dietary and the caffeine crash that I went through. But we'll cover all that in the final video. So I just wanted to film one little coda for this particular one, just so you guys knew that I was okay, even though that final day was on the rough side. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching day 3 of the Tac-Bar 72-hour challenge. Stay tuned for the final part in which we'll wrap up this particular mini-series. Leave your comments below in the comment section and stay tuned for the final part in the mini-series featuring Tac-Bar. See you guys.